Hello, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. Now, I know it's been a while. Just nothing goes to plan, but not problems with this car. I've just had a full-on week. We're coming up to Christmas. A lot of things going on. And I was hoping to just sort of have some information for you guys, but I can't get a definitive reason on why this car doesn't make boost. So if you've been following along, we got this car. I think we got it in February. In March, there was the full video series on trying to sort out why it doesn't make boost properly. And there was no sort of conclusive result with everything that we did. And we went through, like, for weeks testing things. Boost leaks. I did check the wastegates were closing at 7 to 8 minus HGs, whatever they are. Inch. You know the figure. Yeah, and then we took it for a test drive. The actuators were sending the right amount of vacuum to the wastegates. The wastegates were closed, but it just doesn't boost properly. It's super, super laggy, so you don't really get boost until about 4,500 RPM. It's on boost at 4,000, but it'll hit its max boost at about 4.5, and it'll only make sort of 16 to 18 PSI between 4,500 and 6,000 RPM, then boost starts to taper off, like worn-out stock turbos. It's bizarre. These are Vargas Stage 2 upgraded turbos. I've got them off the car. The plan with this video was to have them off and show you the damaged compressor wheel. Of course, things don't always go to plan. I have been looking into all of the intercooler components because I hadn't actually removed these two silicon lines from the car. I made sure they weren't loose. I checked the clamps were tight, but this is the first time I've had them off, inspected them. There's no holes. The up pipe from the intercooler is all good as well. We have a gaping hole where the turbos are. Now, I haven't done a full video series on fitting these turbos. Mainly because I've already done a video series on fitting turbos on my 17T car. It is no different on this at all with the hybrids. So if you do want to see that video series on there, I'll put a link to, I think I did it in a separate video on fitting the hybrid turbos to my car. And I go through every single step and film everything, which I'm not going to do this time because it's a bit boring to do it again. Anyway, here are the Vargas turbos, which have let us down. Now, I was I was hoping to see an issue with the compressor wheel. Actually, let's get this out the way. And yeah, I've got the vacuum gauge on it because I've been testing them again. I've had my doubts. I have come up with a way, which we're going to do shortly on this video, the dodgiest way in the world, which I think is a way to show that there is some sort of an issue with these turbos. It's silly, it's stupid. I hope you guys see the funny side, but it's all I could think to do. Also, while we're going over things, these are the outlets from this car. I'd moved this when it was in the car, but obviously I hadn't pulled the outlets off. I thought maybe that rubber had split. All the O-rings are in good condition. This silicon piece here is in good condition. I don't think it's a boost leak. I'm confident it's not a boost leak. But it acts like a boost leak. Super laggy, and then you can't make full boost. Is that a boost? I don't know. I'm kind of open for anything to check while we've got the car in bits. But I think there's just something wrong with these. Right, so let me show you. The compressor wheels on both turbos are mint. There is literally hardly any play in them at all. It's like there's probably the same amount of play in these as a brand new set of China turbos. It's bizarre. Looking in the exhaust sides. Spin around. Oh, they're clean. They're not leaking oil. The turbos appear to be in very good condition. They just don't make boost properly. I'm at a loss. I can't tell you guys anything else. And I've been thinking about this I've had them off for about 3.5 hours now, trying to work out a way to give you guys something useful. I just can't come up with anything. I am genuinely at a loss, but I did do something silly just before with the blower. So let's go and film that. Just don't hate me and just don't do this at home. But I don't think it's going to cause any damage. One other thing I will just say, I have, whilst I've been testing, so the wastegates on these are fully closed and you can't spin them when they get to 8-inch. I can't remember the measurement because I'm stupid, but 8-inch HGs, whatever that means. Yeah, and like the wastegate is locked solid. You cannot spin it, you cannot turn it. But we've done this on video before. We did this back in March. One thing that I have noticed that is different, I can actually open the wastegate relatively easy on these. We're doing the same thing on the new Flomax, not the case. You can actually see there the wastegate. There is a fair bit of play in the wastegate, but they don't rattle. I don't know if it's because it's got this, I don't know why, what's different about these Vargas designs, but these things do not rattle at all. They don't blow any smoke. You can see how clean they are inside. They're just not, they just don't make boost, which is kind of the most important thing. I'd rather have a rattly turbo than a one that doesn't boost. While we've got them on the bench, I'll just show you the beautiful Flomaxes. I'm starting to get excited. The Flomax, when we've got vacuum on it, I mean, it's open at the moment. Have a look at the turbine wheel size difference. Holy crap, I haven't actually put them side by side before. Ooh, this is a much bigger turbo. Wow. Wow, wow, we were. Holy crap, I didn't realize they were that much bigger. So this is a Vargas Stage 2. These are Vargas Stage 2s. Not that they work properly, but they are Vargas Stage 2s. Holy crap. Flomax is huge. Yeah, okay, I'm starting to get excited about this. I can't wait to get them on. All right, let's get the leaf blower out, and I'll show you what I have found. Because these being a bigger turbo should not spool the way I'm going to do it, and these should spool easier. So I'll show you what I found out. Right. So we're set up. I've blocked off two intake ports, two of the exhaust ports into the turbine housing. Yeah, that makes sense. We need to close the wastegate. So we'll do that. We'll set it to about 10, minus 10, just over. We have the Ryobi 18-volt blower. So, I mean, this thing doesn't put out a lot of air, but let's see what it does when we try and spool the turbo and how much air comes out of the compressor side. Okay, so my idea is it should move the sticker. So, as you can see there, it doesn't really move the sticker. There's hardly air coming out of the compressor side. I'll just show you guys quickly. We'll go down, because why not? I don't really care about hurting these. When I do the Flomax, I'm not going to run the air through it for so long. Just I don't want to hurt the turbo, not that it's going to get hot. So, and you can see how fast it starts spinning and how quickly it stops spinning. And I did a little test before. And if I release the wastegate, you can actually see how much faster the wheel slows down. Right, let's do the same with the Flomax. Okay, got the Flomax there. We're going to set the vacuum, or close the wastegate, set it to the same minus 10. And we'll try and spool this one. So you can see on that, you can sort of hear it spool, but you can't even get the sticker close to the compressor side. In fact, I wonder if you can hear it spool on the GoPro. I'll just do it again. It stopped spinning. Yeah, you can hear the turbo spooling up. It's pretty wild, which is weird because these are a much bigger turbo than those Vargas turbos, and they shouldn't spool as easy. So there you have it. That's all I can do to identify that the Vargas turbos have something wrong with them. If you try and spool them with an 18-volt leaf blower, they don't spool. They don't really spin enough to put any air through. Now, you got to remember, is that because these are old? I don't know. But again, that is a much bigger turbo. I mean, look at the size of the exhaust part compared to this one. That shouldn't spool with this. but that spools more than these do. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I know that was a ridiculously silly thing to do. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. You've got no oil in any of these. It is cold air. It's not like running it through a hot exhaust, but you're still spinning things, and I could have damaged the Flomaxes, so I've got it on camera if there's anything wrong with them. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm at a bit of a loss. I really wanted to, like I said at the start of this video, I really wanted to find a damaged compressor wheel, because that was the only part I hadn't seen on the turbos. I was hoping to find a damaged compressor wheel, and that was explained why these don't boost properly. But everything's fine. I mean, these things look like they're in good condition. Guys, that's an update. Hopefully have the Flomaxes on the car tomorrow. I'm gonna have to try and track down a right-hand engine mount. But once I've got the engine mount, I'll be able to take the car for a drive. We should be good to go. Should be a good week. Gonna be a good Christmas week. Hopefully, should be running, making some boost on its wedge tune. We'll see how we go. Oh, I nearly forgot as well. People keep asking about the die-case brakes. So these have done about 2,000 Ks, and most of that was accelerating and then hard stopping, doing 0 to 100s and 60 to 120s. And they've not gone rusty. We've had heaps of rain here lately. There's a little bit of corrosion on the disc, but like the inside, whatever coating they've put on the actual disc is better than what was on the old ones. Calipers have been great, and those pads are freaking brilliant compared to mine. I am definitely happy with these. They feel so much better than my fake Brembos. I don't know if it's just the pads or if they have changed something else. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update because everyone keeps asking. All right, I'm gonna put this video up and then I'll probably come back here and keep fitting turbos. Catch you guys shortly.